Yo, what's going on, guys? I am here to welcome Bob Kudla from the company Trade Genius. We talk about the stagnancy of the cryptocurrency markets and how you might actually be able to capitalize on that with his information. Check it out. All right, Bob, welcome back onto the channel here. It's good to have you. It's been a little while.
Yeah, Jordan, it's been a while. I'm glad everything's working out for you again. And, we're fighting for you in your absence. So I'm so glad we get to talk again.
I appreciate that. Yeah, now that my channel's back again, we can start talking and doing these again. So being that you're the resident cryptocurrency expert here, I was checking out the cryptocurrency markets this morning and noticed that Bitcoin is a little lower than it used to be. A couple months ago, it was higher, and now the markets just seem to have steadied out. So what are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, so, we obviously had a bubble move going into the end of 2017. And those moves tend to retrace almost all the way back. And they almost did. And then people called for basically the complete collapse of crypto. But what happened was we had what's called a 100% retracement in the price of the Bitcoin, and it rolled back down again. But then every time it's going down, money is being bought by what's called institutional buyers. So money's leaving the retail sector and is moving into the institutional. Big money's buying. They're anticipating ETFs for Bitcoin. They're anticipating other banks getting involved in, like Square now, the banking, they're getting into cryptocurrencies now too. And you're going to start seeing more and more what we call these Wall Street type players getting into the cryptocurrency space. And they needed to push the price down because no way they were going to buy it at the top. So just like they do for silver and like they do for other commodities, they go in there and they naked short it, or they paper short it because they created a futures market for it and just force people out of their positions so that they can buy it cheaper. JP Morgan's doing it with silver, and basically the New York Exchange is doing it with Bitcoin. But they can't push it down anymore. Every time they try to get it down below 6,000, it pops up. And just last week, we just had a one-day 5% move. And what that tells us is that there's so much buyer interest in this is when the bank, and what happened was it was an exchange that does a lot of shorting of Bitcoin. That exchange had to shut down for maintenance. When that exchange shut down for maintenance, there was nobody in there fake shorting it, and Bitcoin shot up $500 in 15 minutes. So it just shows you it's artificially being suppressed. And at some point, they're not going to be able to continue that suppression, and price is going to move back higher again. So we're pretty bullish on cryptos, and really, it's cryptocurrencies is kind of a hedge against political risk, against banking risk, against dollar risk. And as those things get more and more disrupted, you'll see cryptocurrencies continue to move higher. We tell people, look, you got to keep buying a little bit every week and build your portfolio. And we have software, Jordan, as we talked about before, that tell people when to buy it, when to sell it, or when to buy it, or when to take a little bit off the table. And we've been on the right side of this move all year. And so we don't really care per se. We're helping people lower and lower their cost of their ownership price. And so when we do get the next big move, which we will get, people are going to make a lot of money.
Awesome. So right now, Bitcoin's trading at about 64.40. So what do you see from here? How long is it going to take for it to get above, 7,000, 8,000 and people beginning to get a good return on it?
Yeah. So my view is between now and the election, you'll see the dollar roll over some, and then you'll see Bitcoin 78 to 9,200 is our next target area. But anything below 6,000, I think you're not going to see that anymore. I think those days are done.
Awesome. So discuss a little bit about this software. You just mentioned that a minute ago. So what does this software do for people? How does it help people invest in these commodities?
Yeah, so what we've done is, look, the stock market and the bond market and the crypto market all work on what's called price and volume and people's buying pressure and people's selling pressure. And so what happens is that we look at, is there more interest when people are buying, or is there more interest when people are selling? And so we built an algorithm to help us with that. And so we just have signals that say, hey, buying pressure is coming in, buy this market. Buying pressure is coming in crypto, buy this market. Buying pressure is coming in on the stock market, buy the stock market, and vice versa. Hey, more sellers are coming in than buyers, and it's not obvious. It's really around what's called the bid and the ask. So for your people, all they have to really know is that we have arrows, and we say buy here and sell here, and then we just help people make money every day in the market by doing that. Really
Awesome.
cool. Simple. They don't have to do any really deep thinking on it. They just have to look at the software, and we lay it out for them.
You just give them alerts. And even if the market is very steady, you know, if we're not seeing any kind of large gains, people can still make money off that software?
That works out well too. It's called a sideways market, and you just you're scalping between a smaller range, but it works out very, very well.
Awesome. So, you know, how can people go check out this software and check out what you have to offer them at Trade Genius?
Yeah, so if they go to Trade Genius and they go to tradelikeagenius.com, they can go ahead and go into the area we call software, and they can pick the crypto money machine, or they can pick the day trading money machine. And for you, Jordan, in celebration of you back in the social media world with us, is that we have a special for your listeners, TG45. We never offered this kind of discount before. But if they go there and they put that in the promo code and they buy the software, they'll get 45% off the price that's indicated there. And on the front page of Trade Genius, like tradelikeagenius.com, there we have specials running right now to the weekend, and they can get any of the bundles for software or for signals or training or things of that nature. So really good deals, and we really help people make money nearly every day in the market. And disruptions are coming, so it's good to have an edge. It's good to have software that takes the emotion out, because a lot of times our biases want to tell us one thing, but the software tells us differently. And the software is unemotional and it's looking at data, and it'll help you make money when you probably wouldn't make it on your own, because you want something to happen more than what reality is really suggesting. And it helps me. That's why I wrote it in the first place, to help me make sure that I make money and take my biases out of it.
Right. A lot of people get scared when in the stock market or in the Bitcoin market, and they can, you know, buy or sell when things aren't really right for that.
Yeah, in fact, when you see these markets stabbing down like they do, a lot of people are like, "Oh my gosh, I got to get out." And we're like, "Oh my gosh, we got to get in." And we see the big money positioning themselves at certain price levels, and we're just waiting there to buy it. And we send the signal out, and then, like I said, we were talking earlier that we've had 100% moves this year in Bitcoin, and our software caught those moves. So even though Bitcoin's down 70%, people who trade with us had 2 opportunities to double their money in 2018 alone. And we'll probably get another 30 to 50% move sometime before the end of the year.
Awesome. So it sounds like you guys can definitely help people investing into crypto.
Yeah, crypto, and also the stock market. The stock market has done nothing since February. We had the big sell-off. It's been grinding back up to the all-time high. Now we're getting into the election season again. And so the market's going to start doing some crazy things. And it's nice to know how people are positioning themselves in the market from a buying and selling pressure standpoint versus what they're telling you in the news. And because the news is designed to separate you from your money. And when I talk news, I'm talking about the mainstream media, CNBC guys. And our software just ignores it. And we just say, time to buy, time to sell, make money. And we have chat rooms too, so people can get in the room. We have training courses, and it's a great community of people. And once you trade with us for a couple months, people get to be pretty proficient. They understand what we're doing, and they understand and build confidence for themselves. And once you're a confident trader, you're going to make money.
Awesome, Bob. Sounds like you guys have a lot of great programs to help people get onto a decentralized currency. That's fantastic. We'll go ahead and drop some of the links and the promo codes in the description of this video. Thanks for coming on today, Bob. I definitely appreciate it.
Yeah, and thanks, Jordan. The next 90 days are going to be very, very interesting across the economic landscape and also all the markets. So stay tuned.
Yeah, totally. And we'll have you on again to talk about those things when they go down.
Yeah, no, thank you. Thanks for having me. Have a good day.
Take care.